Welcome back to the channel, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's been 24 hours, or thereabouts 24 hours, since Liverpool lost to Manchester United in the FA Cup. And, of course, we're disappointed. I'm disappointed. Everyone's disappointed. To lose in the manner that we did, to the club that we did, at the ground that we did, it's disappointing. No one is not disappointed. Everyone is. We wanted to give Klopp that fairy tale farewell, that quadruple feeling, winning all the trophies, the FA Cup, stamping his legacy into the record books with authority, and it didn't happen. It just didn't, and it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it now. Of the three remaining competitions, the Premier League, Europa League, and FA Cup, this is the one that I'm the least disappointed that we went out of. It would have been terrific to win it. I love the FA Cup, but it wasn't in the cards for us. We now have to focus on the Premier League and the Europa League. The fact that we were in contention to win a quadruple, not the quadruple, is still a testament to how far this club's come and how far these players have pushed themselves. The likes of Endo, Harvey Elliott, Mohamed Salah since coming back, Luis Diaz, all the young lads like Dan's, Bobby Clark, James McConnell, so many great players have stepped up to the marker and really imposed themselves in the league, in Europe, the domestic competitions, and we're already one trophy down, and there's still a chance to win two more. So the season's not over, as much as people seem to be acting like the world's burning down and like everything's falling apart around us. It's not. We're in an awkward position where we're losing one of the most important people in the history of this great club in Jurgen Klopp at the end of the season. And it's a situation that we didn't think we were going to find ourselves in for another 2 years minimum. There were people hoping he'd stay even longer. It's happening now. And in all aspects, the club is being proactive and not reactive. Michael Edwards coming back. Richard Hughes being potentially the new sporting director of the club. The search for a new manager is on, and we have a great crop of players, all of whom have received widespread plaudits from Liverpool fans and fans of rival clubs, except for one person. And that one person has been blamed on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all forms of social media, critiquing not only his performance in the Man United game, but his performance in the season as a whole. And I just want to give my thoughts on it, nothing too in-depth, just my overall riding feeling, and give my thoughts on this player who is being critiqued in all walks of life, and that's Cody Gakpo. Now, when we signed Cody Gakpo, I was of the ilk of, I don't see why we signed him. I'll be honest, at the time, we'd not long signed Luis Diaz. Salah was in his pomp. We still had incredible players in and around the squad. Bobby Firmino was still there, of course. We had attacking options already at our disposal, and the signing of Cody Gakpo raised eyebrows. It raised mine in particular. I didn't see the purpose of us having this player who'd been a winger for PSV to great success, who, yes, he performed well for Netherlands in the World Cup. United wanted him. It just felt very out of the blue, and it put us in a situation where we already had too many attacking players. I didn't even mention Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota, all these terrific players who, to add a fifth person to that mix is a lot. And Gakpo, recently, we are starting to see possible signs that he isn't fitting into this squad. Now, I just want to play both sides. I think Cody Gakpo is a fantastic player. He's very good on the ball. He's a very technical type of player. I think the idea is he wants to play this false nine system, similar to Firmino, similar to what we used to see Bobby Firmino do. The issue is Liverpool as a club are moving past that. If you look at the other players we've got, Darwin Núñez, a player who is exceptionally good at running in behind. He uses his pace and physical strength to get in behind defenders. Mo Salah, one of the most technical players on the ball already, doesn't necessarily need pace because he has intelligence that affects the game. Diogo Jota is a lethal finisher. Luis Diaz has pace. He's a fantastic dribbler of the ball. Gakpo has strengths of all of these, but he's a sort of jack of all trades but a master of none. And it's starting to show. Now, the debate is, what is Gakpo's best position? And for me, I've always felt he was better in the middle. He's a 6'4", I believe, striker, or he was a winger, but he's a tall player who He can be physically imposing. He's hard to get off the ball, but his decision-making lacks, and it showed in the Man United game yesterday. A lot of the fan base has critiqued him, saying the 5-on-2 counter-attack where he had great chances, the games recently where he's gone missing and hasn't shown up in any aspect, and I've felt this way myself in games. It feels like Gakpo can be a passenger. It feels like he can sort of be on the pitch without being on the pitch. There's nothing special coming of him. And it's not to take away from him as a player. I think he has ability, no doubt about it. We've seen him score terrific goals. We saw him score against Tottenham earlier in the season, which was vital at that point before obviously we went on to lose the game. He scored in Europe, 4 goals in the League Cup to get us to the final where we ultimately won it. He's contributed, and he is still a contributor to the team. But given the way every other forward in our squad plays, Gakpo finds himself in a situation where he's the black sheep of it all. He stands out because he can't play the same way as everyone else. Gakpo does not have the pace of a Nunez to get him behind. Gakpo does not have the technical ability of a Mo Salah. I mean, not many people do, but he's not a creator. He feels to me like a poacher. And the problem is, because he's coming so deep and because he's not being able to put himself into the right positions, he can't do that. And in a sense, I feel sorry for him. Just want to condemn the string of abuse that Gakpo has been getting from people online. You see comments that just death threats, saying he's an awful player, critiquing him, his family, everything. He doesn't deserve that. Yes, he's been underwhelming at points, but he's still a talented player. Now, the United game may have showed off a few deficiencies, I think is the safe word to say. As much as we love having the option of Gakpo, when he comes on the pitch, it feels as though the system has to revolve around him. He can't come on and play the same way as everyone else, so we have to change everything. The United game yesterday was a prime example of getting towards the end of the game, later minutes, tired legs. That's when you need your athletes, your Darwins, your Salahs, your Diaz. Gakpo came on and slowed the entirety of the game down. He's a technical player. That's something you start with, and then you bring the physical powerhouses on. Having it the reverse way round, he didn't challenge anyone. He didn't push anyone to their limit. He didn't give it a go and actually try to get in behind because he can't. He's not that style of player. And the system had to change for him. And ultimately, we saw the results. The 4-3 was disappointing. It was heartbreaking to lose it in the manner which we did, especially to the opponent we did with all their situation going on. It's difficult. Gakpo by no means deserves the critique that he's been getting, but if you compare him to other players, he's managing less shots per game than the other 4, and Jota's been out injured, Salah's been out injured and away to AFCON. He's managing less successful passes, less key passes. All these metrics are just summing up. He's not performing to the standard of everyone else, and he's the 5th choice, and I'm not complaining. Having Gakpo as a 5th choice back from the days with Voronin, Barini, Ricky Lambert, Robbie Keane, to have these caliber of players as our backups is a testament to how far we've come as a club. And Cody Gakpo is a phenomenal player, but I do worry for the future of him should this trend continue. Thank you very much for watching. Just a quick little video giving my thoughts. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.